President Trump said time and again during his campaign and after taking office that he thinks America's FTA with South Korea is a disaster and that he wants a better deal. If Seoul and Washington do go back to the drawing board on the deal, a likely target will be Korea's steel and auto industries. Oh Soo-young explains.
During President Moon Jae-in's state visit to Washington last week, President Trump pushed for a renegotiation of the five-year-old free trade agreement between the two nations.
We will do more to remove barriers to reciprocal trade and market access.
Trump emphasized auto and steel trade as tough issues. He said Korea must provide American car makers with a fair shake to sell their cars in the Korean market, having argued in the past that they're hindered by non-tariff barriers. Last year, Korea's outbound shipments of automobiles to the US amounted to $15.4 billion, which is 9 times the amount that US automakers export to Korea. However, the trade difference has narrowed considerably since the FTA went into effect. Korea's car exports to the US dropped to almost 10%, while US cars bound for Korea grew by 22% over the 5-year period. Also, US automakers enjoy looser regulations in Korea compared to the EU and Japanese markets. Experts say the reason why American cars have sold less in the Korean market is more likely due to consumer preferences that lean toward Japanese and European brands. Another key issue is steel. The Trump administration has been taking various trade measures against the flooding of cheap Chinese steel components in the US market, which is indirectly supplied through other countries. While Korea is the second largest supplier of US steel imports, only 2% of the amount contains steel made in China, which makes it a stretch to pin the blame on Korea.
Trade restrictions on Korean steel will only disadvantage American consumers in the end, as prices will be driven up if imports are capped.
If the FTA does go back to the drawing board, experts say Seoul must emphasize the sizable benefits the deal has brought to the US, which it could now lose out on. These include tens of thousands of American jobs generated by Korean companies, as well as investment in production facilities. Oh Soo-young, Arirang News.